So this is my name forever, and this is my name for a memorial unto all generations. So who does all include? The Latins, the Romans, the Greeks, the English-speaking people, the French, the Chinese, the Japanese, the Russians, the Germans, and every other nation on the earth. He said, this is my name forever. Don't you forget it. Don't you change it because you speak another language. And since you speak another language, you can make the name vain. Let me show you something right quick. Let's go over to Exodus chapter 20, right? For those of you that are Torah keeping, word keeping people who quote the Torah and we follow the law, statutes, and commandments, let me show you how you're in violation to the commandments, okay? So let's go to Exodus chapter 20. All right. Let's start right at verse 1. Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am, and he says it again, Yahweh, the Elohim which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, right? Thou shalt have no other Elohims or deities before me, right? Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. So these false paintings that y'all got of the Messiah looking like a hippie is idolatry. It is imagery that the Most High hates. Right? Let's continue. So he says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, again, 3068, thy Elohim, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers unto the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercies unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Watch what he says here. Thou shalt not, right, take, right? The word for take is the word nasa. Huh? Look it up. Don't take my word for it. And the word nasa means to lift in a great sense of applications, literally or figuratively, absolutely and relatively, to lift, right? So thou shalt not lift, right? Thou shalt not take or lift, right? The name, okay? The Shem in the Hebrew. Thou shalt not take or lift the name of Yahweh, right? Thy Elohim in vain, right? So now, what does the word vain mean? It says shav. The word Hebrew shav, it says in the sense of desolating, evil as destructive, literally to ruin, or morally, especially guile, figuratively idolatry, of false, as false or subjectively useless, as deceptive, objectively, also adverbially in vain. So when you took the Father's name and you call yourself, we don't want to use his name in vain, So we're going to substitute it. You have just violated the command. Send me an email. AskMalachi@gmail.com. You are in direct violation to the commandment because you have taken the name and you have lifted it and you have made it vain. You say, as we all have said, well, brother, how did the name work for me if that's not the name? Okay? I'm glad you asked that question. We're going to answer. We're going to settle this right now. Okay? The Most High knew, right, that the people was going to lose the name because the enemy wanted to shut the mouth of the people. So the Most High allowed us, right? And we're going to show you what the Most High said in two places, right? First, let's go to Acts, right? Let's go to Acts chapter 17, and we're going to read verse 29 and 30. It says, "For as much then as we are the offspring of Elohim, we ought not to think that the deity," when I can use that pagan substitution, to think that the mighty power is like unto gold or silver or stone or graven by art and man's device. Let me read that again because somebody missed what I just read. Very powerful. "For as much then as we are the offspring of Elohim, we ought not to think that the power or the might of Yah is like unto gold or silver or stone graven by art and man's device." See that? And the times of this ignorance Elohim winked at, but now command all men everywhere to repent. See that? In the times of this ignorance, he was speaking in that day, and I believe he's speaking in this day and saying the same thing to this people in this hour, that he winked, right, in times past, in this ignorance that Elohim winked, right? He did what? He overlooked. That's what the word in the Greek is, the word huperedo, which means to overlook. That is to not punish. See that? In the times of our ignorance, the Most High, he overlooked it. See that? He overlooked it. But now he is what? It says, but now he commands, right? All men everywhere. Not just the Hebrews, all men everywhere to repent. You see? Because he have appointed a day in which he will judge the world in righteousness by that man whom he have ordained, whereof he have given assurance unto all, in that he have raised him from the dead. Right. Now, let me go to one of the places. I'm going to close this out. Okay, this is Hosea, the prophet Hosea, chapter 2, and verse 16 and 17. It reads as follows. "And it shall be at that day, says Yahweh, that thou shalt call me Ishi," right? "And shalt call me no more Baali." Let's look at verse 17. He says, "For I will take away the names of Baalim out of her mouth, right? And they shall no more be remembered by their name. See that? So the Most High is saying, all of those names that you have embraced, right, and have held passionately and dear to, the Most High said, I'm going to remove those names. See, in times of their ignorance, the Most High, he said, he overlooked it. But now he's requiring for you and I to repent. That's why we've got to teach truth. That's why we've got to let go of this false name. Because the Most High is calling us to repent. Take it out of your vocabulary. Put it down. Cry if you need to. But ask the Most High to deliver you from that false name. And he will. I remember, as I close, when I was singing and praising the Most High, and I was singing the praise and worship, and the revelation hit me that Jesus was not his name. I cried like a baby. It pierced me to my heart, because at that time I had to embrace the truth, because the Most High had been dealing with me. This is not my name. This is not my son's name. Right? And when the reality hit me, I cried and I let go of it. And I haven't went back since. And my prayer for you is the same thing happen. That the power of the Ruach come upon you and you be delivered from that false name. And that you allow the Spirit of the Almighty Yah to empower you to let go of that false name and to embrace the true name of the Father and of the Son. And on that note, I said, may the blessing of the Most High God be with you and your family on this Shabbat. Shalom, shalom, shalom.